Hello and welcome. One of the issues facing us when we are trying to bring e-safety to young people is the incredible depth of the internet. This generation of children and young people, the so-called Z generation, are the first to have grown up in a world where they have had access to the electronic reserves of practically all knowledge. The dream of having access to the sum of all knowledge, though, has a very dark side. All the knowledge can also potentially grant access to all the things we would rather our children did not see. Not only that, but it can also provide a platform that can be utilised by predators, extremists, and criminal elements that reach out to young people. Safeguarding our children where they are on the internet and social media has now become a priority, and as the online and offline worlds increasingly come together, it will only become more important. As with any safety concern, it is best to reduce and, where possible, eradicate it. In the case of online safety, that means educating and empowering children and young people to enjoy the safe use of digital technologies. Raising the awareness of risks and issues with adults so that they can talk to their children or students. Making online safety an important consideration of governance and leadership within any establishment that has a responsibility for children. The good news is that it is possible to raise the level of protection in a few relatively simple steps. We need to face the fact that we are very unlikely to be able to monitor the online activities of the children in our care. It is important, therefore, that we do all we can to ensure they make the right choices and understand the potential danger. Our first aim for online safety, then, must be to encourage the children themselves to recognise and respond accordingly to a risk. These videos and our e-safety training courses focus on some key concepts that will help you meet your internal safeguarding needs, and also be an aid to bringing online safety into both the classroom and the overall protection ethos of our schools. Of course, we cannot cover everything or anticipate all possibilities, but we can reinforce some guiding principles such as educate, empower and reinforce. There is no light version of the internet or magic filter that will protect children from harm. Educating about the potential dangers to raise awareness is necessary to give children the grounding they need to recognise risks. Empowering them with this knowledge will lead to greater skills in both avoiding and rejecting the hazards they may encounter. Aids to learning, such as the short videos that we have produced to encourage classroom discussion points, and other support materials produced by ourselves and other providers, can be used to encourage self-vigilance. E-safety and making the right choices online are not something that can be taught once a year in assembly. They are simply too complex and important for a lip-service approach. Fortunately, the proliferation and familiarisation of IT in our daily lives means that they do fit easily across curriculum subjects, as well as IT-based lessons. The first learner-based video that accompanies this one, for example, will introduce 5 key elements of safety to the learners. These are simple, easy-to-follow guidelines presented in a fun way by a young presenter. They make great discussion points and could be used to help form the basis of perhaps self-generated awareness tasks for the learners. This should easily combine with a solid lesson plan to help you meet your internal safeguarding goals. Our overall aims of our training and support materials, therefore, are raising awareness. Teaching and support staff should ideally all be aware of the potential dangers a child may find online. Our child-friendly videos encourage children to open up and inform adult carers about their concerns and report risks. The adults must therefore respond appropriately with understanding and knowledge of, at the very least, the basics of online safety. Governance and liability. As well as being a safeguarding issue in the wider context, the school has a liability in regard to any incidents that may occur. Key elements of governance will include online safety and acceptable use policy, anti-bullying, behaviour and safeguarding policy, staff code of conduct. Online safety is about more than ICT lessons. It is about giving our children the safest possible environment by empowering them to take sensible actions when online and reporting it to someone if things are not as they should be. The key elements discussed in the accompanying videos are: keep safe by keeping your details secret. This section encourages the discussion around the need for anonymity when online and reminds young people not to give out personal details. Not everything is as it seems. This section discusses the problem with anonymity. Drawing from the first section, it basically reminds them that if they can be online and not reveal who they are, so can someone else. This section also begins the groundwork on fake news and radicalisation. Appropriateness. This section encourages the child to think, is this something I should see or be involved with? In terms of safety, the best thing about the internet and social media is you can always block, close, and choose not to interact. Do I want it seen? Think before you respond or post is the message in section 4. By contextualising this danger with examples such as imagining the post on a billboard for all to see and using the safety slogan, once on the internet, always on the internet, we hope to put a pause for thought moment in the chain of action. Tell someone. We all need to work to provide every child with a safe, non-judgmental route to adult advice that they can take should an incident occur. This section makes it clear to the child that reporting is the best option. Online safety is part of safeguarding, and safeguarding is something we all need to be responsible for. Online is not a separate realm for most Generation Z children, and therefore issues such as access to unsuitable images, bullying behaviour, radicalisation and many other hazards are a part of their immediate world. We need to be aware of this so that we can help them stay safe and build online protection and safeguarding into our own practice.